the meaning of human rights. There are some human rights in our constitution, so we have to observe that rights. In this lesson, we will learn what are the meanings of human rights. We will get to know here the meaning of human right. What does mean the human rights? We will get to know here in this lesson. Respect each other's differences. There are some differences among people, so we will learn what are the differences between people and why should we respect the differences between each others. Why to respect each other's differences. Here is written, what are human rights? There is a question, what are human rights? What does mean human right? There is meaning that it will tell the it will tell about the human rights. We will learn here what are the human rights. If we are to respect the rights of every man, woman, boy, and girl, we need to first know the meaning of human rights. There is told that if we will have to respect the rights of every man, woman, boy, and girl, first we will have to know the meaning of human rights. Without knowing the meaning of human right, we cannot respect the rights of these peoples. First, we have to understand what are the meanings of human rights. What does mean the human right? What is called the human right? After knowing this meaning of human right, we will do respect the rights of these peoples. What is called the right? We will get here. First, you hear people saying, I have a right to do this work. I have a right to study. What does it mean? People often saying that I have a right to do this work. I have a right to study. What does it mean? There is a question. What does it mean? So if somebody is saying I have a right to do this work, it means he has a right to do this work. And if somebody is saying that I have a right to study, it means there is a right to study. So both of these persons, they have the right to do the work and to study. Nobody will oppose them to stop this work. What does it mean? In these sentences, there is written, I have a right to do this work and I have a right to study. So what does it mean? It means there is a right. So according to the right, they will do work. In simple words, it means that because I am a human being, I have a right to life and to dignity. In simple words, we can say that as a human being, we have a right to our own life and to our own dignity. So, if we will learn what are the right, so first we will tell that as a human being, As a human being, as a human being, there are some rights to our own life and to our own dignity. It means that I recognize myself as a human being and others as persons having. It means that we should recognize ourselves as a human being. It means that we should recognize ourselves that as a human being and others others as persons they are having a right to be equal to others. There is a right to be equal to others. There is a right to be equal with others. A duty to treat others as equal. There is a duty to you that to treat others as equal as you. A right to the basic needs of food, housing, education, leisure, and liberty. And there are some rights to need the basic needs food, housing, education, leisure, and liberty. We will must have food, housing, education, leisure, and liberty. These are called basic needs that we need to live in our society. Without education, how do we live in society? Without food, how do we live? Without housing, how do we live? Without leisure and without liberty, how do we live? So these are the basic needs that we must need these basic needs. Duties and rights go together. There is written that duties and rights go together. Duties and rights go together. If I if I want to be treated as a human being, I cannot treat others as inferior or as my enemy because they belong to a different tribe. If I there is written that if I want to be treated as a human being, so I cannot treat others as inferior, as enemy, or as a inferior persons. He may be he may be from different caste, he may be from different tribe, he may be from different religion, he may be from different state, he may be from different country. We must treat others with respect because we are all as human beings. Whether they are men or men, boy and girl, whether they are men or women, boy and girl, we should respect others as equal. All human beings have a right to be treated with respect. In society, everybody has a right to be treated with good manners. All have a right to food, housing, education. Everybody has a right to food, to housing, and to education. If I don't respect them as human beings, I don't behave like human beings. We people all should have food, housing, and education. If I don't behave with respect with others, it means I don't I don't behave as a human being. If you are a human being, then you should treat others with good manners. Where do those rights come from? There is a question, where do those rights come from? From where the rights come from? From where the rights come from? The rights come from the very fact that I am a human being, my friend is a human being, my sister and brothers are human beings, the members of my tribe or caste are human beings, the members of other castes or tribes are human beings. You are a human being. Your friends, your friend is a human being. Your sisters, brothers, they are all human beings. The members of your tribe or caste, they are all human beings. The members of other caste or tribes, they are all human beings. So you are as a human being, you should respect the people in society with respect, with good respect. Where do those rights come from? From this source, the rights come from. If you are a human being, then you should behave with others with respect. You should not treat a person as a inferior and as a enemy with you.